Morning, Eddie. How would you describe Tom's style of captaincy?
Uh, well, lead by example, mate. He reminds me of a young Richie McCaw uh, that was able to lead by example, and as his career progresses, there'll be other bits and pieces of his captaincy that goes with that. But at the start of his career, it's all about leading by example, getting the team on the front foot. And it goes in line with how we want to play the game. We want to go up there and get on the front foot. We want to take Scotland on. It's the first time I have been in the experience of going up there where Scotland are red hot favourites. They're expected to win. Every time the players look at the crowd at Murrayfield, they'll feel that expectation. They're expected to win. They're red hot favourites, so they've got to cope with that.
So, how do you expect your team to equip? How well equipped are they to deal with what's coming?
Yeah, no, we're very quick. We're a good, but we're a young, but we're a good side. We've had a really good preparation. We've had a few obstacles thrown in at us, but we've coped with it really well. The sides come together well tactically and socially and emotionally, and we can't wait to get up there, mate. And the best thing about it, we're going to play in Scottish weather.
Just one more on Tom. At what point did you realise in his development that you saw that captaincy potential in him?
Well, I think it's been this since autumn, where he's a player that players like to play with. Not dissimilar to Owen. That Owen was similar. That players like to play with those sort of players that lead by example. And so he's got an opportunity. We're hopeful Courtney will be back at some stage, but for this week, he's the most important player to take that big C.
Thank you, Eddie. Cheers.
Thanks very much, Duncan. Liam, please.
Eddie, how are you doing? Can you please just talk me through your changes in the pack? You've got Lewis in this week and you've got Nick as well. Can you talk to me about them two players and where they're in?
Yeah, well, they've done really well. With Courtney unavailable at 6, Lewis has been one of the outstanding back rowers in the Premiership. We brought him into the World Cup squad in 2019 out of nowhere. He suffered a little bit of a dip in form post the World Cup, which is not unusual for young players, but he's fought back really hard, got the basics of his game in place, and he's a good, tough competitor. Nick Ezekwe's not dissimilar, but he was a little bit earlier. We took him on the 2018 tour to South Africa, showed enough promise to be given his first cap, had a difficult game. It was a bit up and down in his club rugby, but over the last 12 months, he's been one of the outstanding locks in the Premiership, and with Murray forms a pair that we think can shade Scotland in the lineouts, and their play around the ruck is first class.
Can you also give me an insight into your backline changes there with Elliott coming in at 13, and you've got Max Malins on the wing as well, please?
Yeah, well, Max is a very good winger, come fullback. Elliott, it was a choice of either him or Joe March at 13. We just feel Elliott with a little bit more experience, and we feel like he's in really good form. Joe's obviously had a bit of a troubled preparation for this game, but he'll be able to fit in on the wing well.
Okay, just finally for me, what gives you confidence that it will all go well on Saturday, that England are going to win?
Well, every game we're like that, mate. But this is a special game, isn't it? It's a special game, the Calcutta Club. I think it's been going for 143 years. Means a lot to both countries, and it's the first time I've gone there at Murrayfield as the underdogs. So Scotland are red hot favourites. They've got to cope with that expectation. There's 62,000 fans, and then they'll be thinking about all the fans on BBC television that are watching the game. So they've got to carry that burden. Every game for us is the same. We're expected to win, so it's no different for us. We've had a really good preparation. As I've said, we've got a young team, but a very good team. We've got enough in our set piece to get an advantage, and we feel that if we get some good quality ball, we'll be able to use it particularly well. And then aerially, we've got a very strong team with Max and Joe Marchant and Freddie at the back.